The iPhone 6s came out way back in 2015 with some solid performance, and today in 2018 you can find the 6s for about $200. So how well does this 3-year-old phone perform in 2018? Let's find out. Well, let's start with the design itself. We have a full 7000 series aluminium body, which is a lot more solid than the 6 and the 6 Plus. So you're less likely to have this thing bend in your pocket. Other than that, it looks very similar to the iPhone 6. It is noticeably heavier and a little bit thicker and wider as well. So if you have an iPhone 6 case, it won't fit so well on this thing. Besides that, I have the gold model right here in the Plus edition, and so far in terms of body and build quality, the 6s has held up pretty well. I can't even count how many times I've dropped this thing and how rough I've been with it in general. But I always had a case on it, so the body is in pretty good shape other than some small scuffs and scratches. With how slippery this thing is, I recommend a case no matter what, even if it's a very slim clear case. The back camera is one place where I had some moisture buildup over the years, not sure exactly how because my phone has never been in physical contact with water. And if you're wondering, no, this phone is not water or dust resistant. In fact, it's the last iPhone to not have any water resistance, so any iPhone after this will have some type of IP rating, but not this thing. This phone is also the last or the latest iPhone with a headphone jack, so that's appreciated. It's also the very last iPhone to have a physical home button before it gets replaced by a non-moving button on the iPhone 7 and the 8, and then completely removed with the iPhone X. Other than that, this phone is pretty similar to other iPhones in terms of design. We have a 4.7-inch LCD panel and a 5.5-inch LCD panel for the Plus model. Moving internally, we're running on Apple A9 processor with 2GB of RAM and 16GB of base storage. Now the processor still performs really well, still has a lot of power, multitasking, playing high-intensive games, you're able to do it all. And 2GB of RAM with iOS optimization also seems to work pretty well. My only concern here is the 16GB base storage. Because as you know, with a 4K camera, a few applications you run out of storage in no time. And then you start going through a lot of issues. Applications not loading up, mail data getting deleted, having to re-enter all your passwords, and it's just problems you don't want to go through. So I would recommend 64GB, if not go for a 32, but definitely stay away from 16GB base storage. Now I got this phone the day it came out and still have it with me today, so this is as old as the 6s can get. So if you're looking to get a 6s, it'll probably be newer than the one I have and won't be as heavily used as mine is. And that will result in better battery life and better performance than my unit. Now the iPhone 6s has a 1715mAh battery and a 2750mAh battery for the Plus model. Now in terms of battery life, I can't speak for the 6s, but when I got the 6s Plus brand new, I could use this phone for almost 2 days without having to look for a charger. Fast forward to 2018, I'm still able to get a complete day of use. If I'm a little too heavy on my phone, I can get at least the 8 hours of school or work without having to charge my phone. And I can pull that off even a little longer with low power mode. And I never had my battery replaced, so I would say the battery life is still pretty good. And in standby, I can have the phone live for almost a week once fully charged and constantly connected to Wi-Fi, receiving emails and other notifications. Moving to camera side of things, we have a 12MP camera which can do 4K at 30fps, which used to perform really good for me, but ever since I have the haze and the fog build up, I think my pictures and videos aren't as sharp as they once used to be, but I still get a pretty decent result. And for the front, we have a 5MP camera, good enough to get the job done. Overall, I'm getting a pretty good performance out of the 6s in 2018. Apps load decently, web browsing, surfing the internet, social media, and even playing high-intensive games. All works pretty well until you run out of storage. So definitely stay away from the base storage, but let me know what you think about the 6s in 2018 and subscribe for more content like this if you haven't already. And as always, thanks for watching.